What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports back to you guys with another video, and I'm coming at you guys today with my NBA Finals prediction, predicting the winner of the NBA Finals for 2019. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is mostly an NFL channel, but I wanted to upload this video because I really wanted to talk about the NBA Finals and who I think is going to win because this is a pretty interesting finals to me because this is the first finals I have watched. I'm a junior, about to be a senior in a few days. This is the first time watching the NBA finals without seeing LeBron James in it. LeBron James has been in the NBA finals since I was in 5th grade. Now, a couple of years later, I'm about to be a senior, and now this is the first finals that I have to watch without seeing LeBron James. But also, Golden State's in the finals, so they've been in the finals for a couple of years now. They've been in the finals ever since I was in 7th grade. So, very interesting finals to me. And let's talk about how these teams got here. So Toronto, they beat Orlando. I do not know how Orlando made it to the playoffs because before the All-Star game, I don't even think they were even an eighth seed. And they had one of the worst records in the NBA. And then all of a sudden, I look up the playoffs because I don't really watch a lot of the NBA regular season or keep up with all the teams like that in the regular season. But all of a sudden, I see the Orlando Magic playing the Toronto Raptors in the playoffs. And I'm just scratching my head like, huh? How did they make it to the playoffs? So they beat them in 5 games. The Orlando Magic, they stole the game. Then in the second round, they played in that thrilling matchup with the Philadelphia 76ers. It went all the way down to a game 7. Kawhi Leonard sent the 76ers home with an L, hit the buzzer beater right in Joel Embiid's face. Felt bad for him. Then they played the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee was up 2-0. Toronto came back, and that was it. Now, Golden State, they played the Clippers. Now, the Clippers matchup was an interesting game because they beat them in 6 games. And the Clippers, if you was to ask me, right, name one player off the Clippers, or ask a regular NBA fan, name one player off the Clippers besides Daniel Gallinari, could you give me an answer? A lot of majority of the people who don't watch the NBA like that couldn't give you an answer. Now, Doc Rivers, I think this was his best coaching job because the Clippers weren't even projected to make it to the playoffs. They were projected to have like a 39-42 record or something like that. So when you just look at their roster, you're just like, wow, this was an extraordinary job by Doc Rivers. He definitely should be the coach of the year for this season. So the Golden State Warriors, they beat them. Then they play the Rockets, which we already know the Rockets, Mike D'Antoni is the equivalent to Andy Reid. They can get you there, they can build your roster up, but they can't get you to the big game. And if they do get you to the big game, they're not going to win the big game. So Mike D'Antoni in Houston, they lose. As expected, Kevin Durant, he misses the majority of the series. Now they play Portland and they sweep Portland, which I thought the Nuggets had a better chance of winning the game than Portland did. It's just Portland didn't have the roster to compete with Golden State. Now, don't get me wrong, I love me some CJ McCollum and some Damian Lillard, but I just don't think that was enough for them to beat Golden State. I think the Nuggets probably matched up a little bit better, even though Golden State pretty much annihilated the Nuggets and the regular season. But I just thought the Nuggets had a better chance of stealing a game against Golden State. So now Golden State is in the NBA Finals. Now we talk about the NBA Finals matchup. Now this is interesting because Kevin Durant, he's not going to be ready to go in game 1. Now DeMarcus Cousins, the Golden State Warriors, from the reports that I was reading earlier this morning, the report said that the Golden State Warriors are more optimistic about DeMarcus Cousins being able to play than Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant is expected to play in the NBA Finals sometime. Don't know what game it's going to be. If I had to make a prediction, maybe game 2, but most likely game 3 would be my prediction. But DeMarcus Cousins is more ready to go play in the NBA Finals than Kevin Durant. So that's interesting right there. Now, Toronto, Kawhi, Kyle Lowry, got a couple of role player guys, Mark Gasol. You look at this finals, and you're like, Golden State's going to win probably in 4 or 5 games, and I think that's the case. Kawhi, he can lock down pretty much anybody, but who do you want Kawhi to lock down? It's going to be interesting because look, You put Kawhi on Curry, Klay Thompson's going to go off. You put Klay, well, you make Kawhi guard Klay, Steph Curry's going to go off. And then plus, if DeMarcus Cousins and when DeMarcus Cousins and Kevin Durant come back, the series is basically going to be over. Because look, Marcus Gasol, I don't think he's going to be able to stop DeMarcus Cousins down in the post. I just think he's a little bit too old. Isn't the player that he used to be. And plus, we also got to take in the wild card factor of Draymond Green. Even though I'm not really that high on Draymond Green, he could drop 30 and everybody be like, wow. Because Draymond Green, he has the capability of dropping 25, 30 points in a game or two. And he's that wild card factor. So he's going to bring good defense. We already know what Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are going to do. They're going to come shoot a lot of threes. They're going to win the game from 3-point range. And pretty much when Kevin Durant comes back, it's going to be interesting because Golden State, to me, has looked like a way better team without Kevin Durant. So if Kevin Durant comes back mid-series, that's when I think Toronto can steal a game or two. Because look, the chemistry might not be there because how many games have they played without Kevin Durant? A couple. So when Kevin Durant comes back, they might struggle to find some chemistry. Who's going to take over? Who's going to be that number one option? Who's going to be that number two option? So I think that creates some chemistry issues. I think Toronto then should be able to steal a game or two. So overall, I have Golden State winning this series in 6. I just think the Golden State Warriors are a much better team. And the chemistry issues, I think that's going to be a big thing to look out for. Also, you're going to have DeMarcus Cousins, and then a game or two later, you're going to have DeMarcus Cousins and Kevin Durant back on the roster who had missed a couple of playoff games. So that's going to create some chemistry issues to me. So that's when Toronto has an opportunity to steal 2 games, but Golden State should be able to get over that and end up winning this game or end up winning the series in 6. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Who will win the NBA Finals? And this is an NFL channel, so if you like NFL content, I upload NFL content, NFL videos daily. Make sure to subscribe, check out some of the playlists, and thanks for watching.